Welcome to our training video on navigating AP Classroom. The first thing you'll want to do is go to AP Central, your landing page for everything AP related. You can get there by typing in apcentral.collegeboard.org or simply Googling AP Central. Click the Sign In button either at the top or in the center of the screen. If it's your first time signing in, you'll need to create an account. Clicking the Create Account button will take you to a page where you'll fill out personal and school-related information. When you're approved, you'll receive an email allowing you to sign into your profile. Your school's AP coordinator can help you with this step if you're having trouble. Once you've signed in, you'll see a ribbon up at the top with helpful tabs as well as a button to take you directly to AP Classroom. Once you've been approved, your AP courses will show up here as well. You'll see an option to go to AP Classroom directly from each course too, but before we go there, let's explore some of the resources available under the tabs at the top of the page. After the Home button, you'll see the About AP tab, which provides general information about the AP program, starting an AP program at your school if there isn't already one, and things like that. The most important tab for you is probably the 2023-24 school year timeline, which provides information about registration deadlines, the AP exam, and more. The AP Courses and Exams tab takes you to course and exam pages for all AP courses as well as the AP Course Audit, which is very important for you as a new AP teacher, and we'll come back to that here in a moment. The Exam Ordering, Administration, and Scores tab will tell you anything you need to know about the AP exam, including an overview of the exam itself, exam dates, which are different for different courses, as well as information about exam fees. Digital exams, administering exams, and exam scores. Exams take place in May, are scored in June, and score reports become available to you and your students in July. You'll be able to access score reports for all of your classes on AP Classroom for years to come. The Instructional Resources tab will once again take you to AP Classroom, as well as AP Daily. This is just a section where students can access 15-minute-long review videos that cover concepts they'll need to know to perform successfully on the AP exam. The final button you'll see under this tab is called Teaching AP for the First Time. This is basically giving you a checklist of things to familiarize yourself with as a new AP teacher. This includes exploring your course homepage, which we are doing in this video. This is where you'll find information about pacing your course, resources to use with your students, past exam questions, and sample student responses with scoring commentary. You'll also see the AP Course Audit. Every new AP teacher has to take the course audit. This is required to gain authorization to your course and make your course valid so students can submit their scores to colleges. Once you enroll in the course audit, you can submit your course audit form, and your administrator can approve it. This enables you access to all of the AP Classroom resources. One of the key tasks you'll also want to go ahead and take care of here is submitting a syllabus for approval. The deadline for submitting a syllabus is not until January 31st, but I don't recommend waiting that long to begin planning your course. AP Classroom offers a syllabus development guide as part of the course audit, available in the Resources section along with sample syllabi. You have a few options for creating your syllabus. You can use the development guide to create your own syllabus from scratch, ensuring it meets the AP course standards, or you can adopt an already approved syllabus from another teacher at your school who also teaches this course. However, the easiest thing to do is going to be adopting one of the syllabi already available to you in AP Classroom. This syllabus will come already filled in with the required components, and you can modify it however you wish. If you go this route, it will only take a couple of days to get your syllabus approved. If you create your own, it could take several weeks. The third thing you'll want to do is check out AP Classroom. This is where we're going next. Here, you'll find unit guides with resources for every topic and skill, personal progress checks, practice exams, and review videos. All of these resources are designed to prepare students for success on the AP exam. Next up on the list is joining the AP community. This is a great online platform for asking questions to veteran AP teachers for questions your school's AP coordinator may not be able to answer. You can also seek out professional learning opportunities, like signing up for College Board-sponsored workshops either in person or online. You can also request funding to attend an AP Summer Institute, or APSI. These are intensive training programs between 3 days and 1 week in length, delivered either virtually or in person depending on which one you register for. They are fantastic opportunities for both new and returning AP teachers to gain deeper insight into teaching a specific course. Registration usually occurs in the spring, so be looking out for emails regarding APSI around that time. The final option on the to-do list is to learn about AP score reports, which you'll have access to in July after your first class has taken their AP exam in May. The score report is an extremely useful tool for analyzing student data and measuring your success as a teacher. Of course, if you have any further questions, you can always talk with your school's AP coordinator or post a question on the AP community. Now we're back on the AP Central homepage, so let's talk for a moment about setting up your courses. You can see here that I have 2 different courses that I teach. We're only focusing on AP Language and Composition, but just for the sake of the video, I'll show you over here on AP Literature and Composition what it looks like when you don't yet have students added to your course. You'll see a button that says Add Section. When you click on it, it will take you to a screen where you'll set up your course sections. You can enter a section name, which is usually the class period number, as well as designating whether it's a full year class or a semester block. You can set a maximum number of students, and you can also add a co-teacher if you have one. Once you have filled in this information, the Create Section button will become live, and you will click it to set up your sections. Now you can see that although our max number of students is 40, we currently don't have any students enrolled in the course. That's because your students will have to actually log into AP Classroom on their end and join the course section. Each course section has a unique join code, as you can see here. Students will see an option on their AP Classroom homepage to join a course, and they will enter the join code for their section. Once they have joined, you'll be able to see them on your course roster and make sure everyone is registered for the correct course section. It's important that you make sure this information is correct, since this is the information your AP coordinator will use to register your students for the AP exam. I personally recommend walking students through the joining process in class together in the second week of the school year. This can help you avoid the headache of fixing your rosters while students are changing schedules and switching class periods in the first few days of the school year. Once they have all joined, you are good to go. Now we are actually going into AP Classroom to see what kinds of resources are available to you. You'll notice when we first open it up that the course is organized into 9 units. These units correspond with the unit guides, skills, and instructional planning pages in the course description. If you open up any of these units, you'll see a few different kinds of resources. First, you'll see daily videos which help students practice a single skill they're learning in that unit. For example, this video focuses on rhetoric and the rhetorical situation, which is the foundation of any AP language course. The second video focuses on audience and its relationship to the rhetorical situation, which is also one of the foundational concepts of the course. You can assign a video or any assignment in AP Classroom to a specific section or all sections of students by clicking the Assign button, which looks like a little person with a plus sign. You can see when we open up the Assign window that you can choose class periods, as well as a start date and time, so students can't access the assignment before you want them to. You can also choose an end date and an end time if you want students to complete the assignment by a certain deadline, like, for example, if you only want the assignment to be live during the student's class period so they have to complete it during that time. When you set these parameters and click Assign, the assignment is now ready for students to see when they log in. You also have the option to click Assign All, which is just a quicker way to assign something to all classes at once. You will also see topic questions on here, which are basically practice AP exam questions that cover skills specific to that unit. When you click on one of these questions and click See All, you will see all of the multiple choice questions for that reading passage. You'll be able to see all of the different skills and skill categories covered in these questions. You can hover over the skill to see a description of what students are expected to be able to do to answer that particular question. You can also see that skills are repeated multiple times throughout different units because we know that the skills spiral and build upon themselves as you revisit and go more in depth with these concepts during the course of the year. You will see daily videos and topic questions for each skill covered in a given unit. At the end of each unit, you will see a progress check. Personal progress checks, or PPCs, are a great way to get a feel for how well students understand the concepts they have learned during the unit. Progress checks are not meant to be graded for accuracy. Rather, they are designed as a temperature check to see how well students understand concepts before you assign them a formative assessment for a grade. You will see both multiple choice questions and free response questions in each progress check. You may assign one, both, or neither. Remember, you may use AP Classroom as much or as little as you wish. If you choose to assign a multiple choice progress check, you can see here that they are not full-length multiple choice exams, but rather 1 or 2 sets of questions that practice specific skills. In this set, you have 9 questions and 2 different reading passages. Students will be able to read the passage, scroll down, select an answer choice, and then click the next button to go to the next question. If you preview the progress check and decide to assign it, you can do this by clicking the Assign Quiz button in the top right corner of the screen. Here you can also see the scoring guideline as well as a quiz summary. AP Classroom will score multiple choice assessments instantaneously after students submit them. You can set a time limit for these assessments, and I recommend doing this to help students get a feel for the pacing of the AP exam. Once students submit their answers, you'll be able to see both individual student and whole class data, like commonly missed questions and which skills you need to reteach before moving to the next unit. Clicking the Scoring Guideline button will generate a PDF of the passage with correct answers that you can use to review with your students after the progress check. Just remember not to release answer keys to students, as this jeopardizes the integrity of the resources available to teachers on AP Classroom. If you choose to assign a free response question as a progress check, you can see that it will ask students to write an essay response to a given passage, similar to a rhetorical analysis essay on the actual AP exam. On the right-hand side of the screen, students have accessibility features that will allow them to magnify the text or change the color of the background to make the text more legible. Once again, you will click the Actions button at the top to assign the essay or click Print Preview to download a PDF version that you can hand students as a hard copy in class. I recommend this route because it allows students to practice handwriting timed essays, which is what they'll have to do on the AP exam. You will need to score these responses yourself using the scoring rubric. Once students have completed progress checks, you can assign actual quizzes or practice exams. These exams are broken down similarly into multiple choice and free response questions. You also have the option on the left to click Question Bank, which will allow you to create your own assessments. You can create your own questions from scratch by clicking on the Author Question tab. Here you can write questions and answer options for your students. If you don't want to do that, you can always click Create Quiz, which will enable you to create a custom quiz by selecting from pre-made questions in the question bank. You can search for question by unit, skill category and skill, assessment purpose and source, and other criteria that will allow you to test students only over specific skills. When you click on Resources and Assignments on the left side of the screen, it'll show you all available resources and the ones you have actually assigned to your students so you can keep track. Below that, you'll also be able to see reports once your students have begun completing assessments. The final section of AP Classroom we'll cover today is the Review tab at the very bottom of the scrolling menu. This is where you'll find review videos you can show your students in the weeks leading up to the AP exam. You'll see review videos posted by College Board for the past 3 years on here. You don't want to go back too much further than that with any review materials you find outside of AP Classroom because the AP exam was scored using a different rubric prior to 2020. All of the review videos focus on different topics. For example, you can see that this first one focuses on answer strategies specifically for the multiple choice reading questions. The second video focuses specifically on the writing multiple choice questions. The third and fourth videos cover strategies for answering the synthesis free response question. The fifth and sixth videos address the rhetorical analysis essay, and the seventh and eighth address the argument essay. If you go back even further, you can see the 2022 videos focused on breaking down the prompt for each of the free response questions, which is very important for ensuring students do what the question actually asks of them. The 2021 videos focus on tasks to earn points in different categories of the rubric, such as understanding audience, developing a line of reasoning, including narration and description, and writing with sophistication. I highly recommend that you take the time in the weeks leading up to the AP exam to work through these videos with your students, either in class together or assigning them for homework. These videos are conducted by veteran AP language teachers who will tell students exactly what College Board will be looking for when AP exams are scored over the summer. It is difficult to overstate the value of these review sessions. Although it is possible to watch many of these videos for free on the AP Language YouTube channel, I recommend going ahead and assigning them to students through AP Classroom so that you can see the percentage of the videos that students actually watched. In my personal experience, I have found that using these resources on AP Classroom has helped me effectively teach the skills students will need to know how to perform to be successful on the AP exam. Even if you only use some of these resources with your students, I think you'll find that AP Classroom is an efficient way to supplement your own lessons and help students stay on track with their learning. That's all for today's training video on AP Central and AP Classroom. I hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you as you begin your journey as an AP Language and Composition teacher, and I wish you all the best in the upcoming school year.